It's called I Believe. And it's very engaging. Mommy, said the little girl in tight shorts and a sleeveless hello boys pink t-shirt with red lipstick and black mascara, smudging and smearing and slithering down her cheeks as the tears fall like precious drops of sunshine into a pool of loneliness. Mommy, said the little girl as she turned her leg to reveal a scabbing wound with blood draining out like her innocent hopes and dreams that her prince would come and save her from her power tower. Ever since I was 3, I was told that girls are pretty and delicate and charming, and boys are powerful and brave and strong, just like the knight in shining armor who heroically rescued Snow White from her eternal death, or how Cinderella became a sole diamond in a heap of gold only after she wore her glass slippers. And that made me wonder if all I was to this world was a body. Not a wave of thoughts and feelings that could flood villages of innovation and creation, but a body covered underneath large layers of gold, which were definitely valued more than my soul, covered in layers of makeup with tight skin and slim waist and perfect curves like a princess. Since Ariel showed me that her desire to be loved was great enough to give up her own identity, I turned into a well-fed bait, waiting by the water's edge as a group of scaly beasts circled me hungrily. I was waiting for my happily ever after. I was waiting for my prince. I was waiting for my true love's kiss. Now I wonder why. Why did society nurture me in her womb so tightly if she was going to let me fall into a million pieces so small that gathering them would be impossible? Why did no one tell me that what I thought was a fairy tale would siphon out my soul so that my identity was a powder that could be mixed with my water and thrown out into the sea? And why my prince never came? I would sit near that bank all day and pray that may my prince come and save me from my palace window. Do not mistake a window for a mirror. In distress, my thighs bloated up like the balloons from all the parties I refused to visit, because I always managed to find a corner of the school where no one asked me why I cut my strawberries into 20 little pieces and ate and dab like the pretty little girl I am. Like the pretty little girl I'm supposed to be. I banished myself in disgust, walked the plank of self-abandonment, and closed my eyes just as Sleeping Beauty had when she pricked her hand on a spindle, because my prince would come and save me, right? It took me a while to realize that the shark was my prince and that he wasn't here to save me. It took me a while to realize that the only one who could save me from the pain the shark's teeth brought every time it sank into my calf was me. And at that time I wondered why I was taught to think that all of this was okay. Why I was taught to think that a little girl in tight shorts is any less powerful than her prince to save herself from her tower. Why I was taught to cook myself up like a succulent turkey on Thanksgiving Day when I could have learned to swim. To swim in an ocean of hopes, in an ocean of dreams, and to just keep swimming, like joy. Not knowing how the past had strangled my voice, but knowing that by swimming, even the ocean becomes too small to hide, and even the sharks are far away to reach. And at that moment, I grabbed that last tiny bubble of my identity and whispered, I believe. I believe not in magic or happy endings or fairy tales because, honey, in the real world, dreams only sting you like an unreachable pot of honey. But I believed in myself. Was it magic that saved me that day? Did my fairy godmother finally do it? Whoopie-doopie-doo with her wand? No. The sharks were frightened by something much more powerful than pixie dust. They were frightened by the phrase, anyone can cook. But the sharks will always be waiting by that water's edge because they will always be hungry. But I will be full. I will have learned to fly and to swim because I know the only way I can breathe is by breaking that magic lamp that has kept me put into a million petals that I can blow in the wind. Because I know that I saved myself from my palace tower. I was my prince, or should I say, princess. Thank you, WordStyle Stories, for giving me this amazing opportunity. This was my first spoken word poem, and I'll make sure that I keep you updated with a lot of my new works. Thank you guys for watching the video.